which is normally on the floor. In the spare room.
Brace yourselves, everybody, for this show. You're going to see something you've never seen before. Right, okay, here we go.
What? That? That's really loud.
There we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to the PM Live Lockdown Show. Here we are with you, 2 PM on the 13th of January. And yes, look at them. Look, let's put them on. There they are. In their new setup, in their new studio. It looks very cosy.
It looks all right there. You look to see behind me.
Oh yeah, the rest of the place is all right. Tip.
Yes. Very nice. There they are. And the new desks. Hope you're not going to get paint all over them.
Do you know what? I'm thinking the same thing, to be honest.
To wrap them up in plastic.
A bit pristine, aren't they?
Keep them very nice and pristine before they get chipped and all the rest of it. So, yes, definitely. Very, very nice. The new studio setup at PM Towers there. You want to talk us through it?
No.
Fair enough.
No. We've got some new desks in, so obviously we've been doing IKEA furniture this morning. And it's for the new setup. For obviously doing this show and other stuff that we were planning on doing. It's just a bit weird having the camera there now, where I'm used to it being above the monitor, which is over there. So we've got to get used to that.
We've even got drawers.
Yeah, we have. We've even got the drawers. But yes, it's all right actually. It's quite nice. And plus these tables are movable, so whenever we can do the courses that we keep planning, that keep obviously getting postponed, we can move these around to make the classroom and stuff. So that's going to be handy, really.
We thought we were 2 screws missing, but do you know when they say check your bags?
Yes. You found the 2 missing screws.
Yes. I'd bin them.
Yes.
But they're all right. Actually, they're really quite sturdy tables.
Yeah.
They're really quite nice, to be honest. So, yes.
For people just mentioning about, we always hear Matt's voice before we start the show. That is deliberate. I get these people, they message me saying, "Oh, did you realise it was on?" It's like, yes, it is. We do it deliberately, so that's it. And they're saying there's no hiss because you're using your new ball.
We've got the ball mic, look.
Yes, that's it. So we've cured the hiss problem. We had a slight camera issue, shall we say, but we'll work on that one.
Yeah.
And then, so it's still currently on the webcam mode. But yes, no, I think it's looking very posh there, guys. Very, very nice indeed.
So when we face each other, look, we could do, like you said earlier, our Smith and Jones impressions.
This is it. Here's what it looked like to me when I first saw it. It was like, right, wait for it. You need to dim the lights down, just a little spotlight above you, and that's it. Yeah. You do a little Q&A like that. So very nice. Anyway, good to see you guys. So what's been happening? What's going on?
Lots of orders, actually. Been very busy. And we're all actually waiting for stuff to come in. We thought it'd be here by now, but we're waiting for the Harriers to come in. And the Tiger Moths are ordered, so they should be in as well sometime back end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we had in? Paints come in, some Attacker paint restock, which is still in a box sat on the counter.
Panzer 3.
Panzer 3s have been
all been invoiced, but not dispatched, because quite a few people have got other things to go with them as well. So we're going to box them all up together and save on postage.
Yeah.
Is the plan.
Obviously, your restocks have turned up as well. So the Sanders and that.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're doing all right.
Very nice.
Keeping on top of it.
Very, very good. Lovely job. As you probably can see, we've got the pre-order for this is up already. I have done a review for the guys who haven't seen it yet. It is up over all the different things for the Osprey. I know it's £100, and I didn't even mention the price during the review because I know a lot of people will be like, But yes, it's one of those ones where it's £100 kit, but it is a very large lump, and it will look very impressive once it's done. It's about the same size of a CH-53, so it is one of those ones. Got great detail. I have to say that the panel lines and the various things in like that, they look absolutely beautiful. And as always, if you go on to the where are we? This one down in here. I've got the high-res photos down in here as well. You can click on to bring up all the big things, but the panel line detail and everything else is absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. And again, like I said before, it's one of those kits, I call it a jump-off kit, because you could really go to town on this thing. You could add loads to it. You know, obviously lighting, you have motors into it. It is sort of workable with the fold system and everything else, although like I explained in the review, I would pin it and go through the motions of it like that. But yes, I have to say, very, very nice. I was sold. I'd build it. In fact, I might now dodge the CH, sorry, the SH60B and just build that. But no, I won't. I'll just end up doing both. But yeah, there we go. There's the workables. So yes, it's definitely one of those clears. Are very, very clear. Looks very, very good right the way through. It's got all the lumps and bumps and everything else that you could want with it. So that's all pretty good. It is in the new arrivals section.
Not
so
the,
there
not
it
the
is.
greatest photo, but we'll sort it.
Yeah. I haven't put the links onto anything yet because, to be honest, it wasn't up onto PM until literally about 10 minutes ago. So
yeah.
It is now. So hopefully we can get that out and sorted and everything. So yes, doing very, very well there. Thanks for Ben for sending that out yesterday.
There is a pre-order for the CH for the Osprey for Florida members in the pre-order section.
Yeah.
Save a bit more money if you want to buy one.
Yes. Cool. Very good. Right. And good afternoon to everybody who is in the live chats and all the various bits and pieces, because we are live across the thing. Very professional. Well,
well,
Tim's got low expectations, clearly.
Yeah.
Yes, it is more like Trotter's Independent Traders. I would go with that. We do need a yellow van. So yes, everyone was saying IKEA. You can always spot IKEA stuff because it's white. My office upstairs is just pure IKEA. It's like an IKEA showroom. In fact, that's what I modelled it on. I went into one of those little rooms you see and thought, I'll have all of this.
I'll tell you what, there is actually, last time we went to IKEA at Sheffield, there's a living room that they've done. You know, like you say, you go around and you say, I said to Leslie, like, we could just, I could actually just take everything and just put it in our living room.
Yeah. No,
I like IKEA. I have no problem with IKEA stuff at all.
No.
It works. It does the job.
Yeah, all my man cave's IKEA, but mine's all that black brown that they do.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And hello to everybody who's in YouTube land as well. So I'm scrolling back up because you've all commented in here already. Good afternoon in there. So yes, no, that's all good. So apparently we're all okay. Yes, you two Ronnies, yeah.
Well, if he puts his glasses on.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. That's a good point. I didn't think of that one. The guys are saying better value than the 140 quid for the Italeri Tornado. Lots of money. It is a lot of money, but it's very nice. Is it 48th or 32nd? No, it's 48th. 32nd would be bloody massive. That would be
apparently made the top of my head chopped off.
Yeah, me too.
Can you put camera up a bit?
I could do it here in post if you want.
Just the camera rather than doing that.
Is that better?
Yeah, now we can't see the desk. Oh, God. You think we'd have all this sorted before, but I did. But now they've gone casual and started doing this. It's thrown it. Before they were like this and like, okay, that'll do. That's all right. I could.
That's better.
That's it. He's in. Got the heads in there.
I can lower my chair.
Yeah.
I'm at lowest setting, so it's on.
Yeah. Lauren started his Voyager kit yesterday. That's it. Well, after this, when we've done this bit of the show, I do intend to spray some white because I was supposed to do it earlier, but I was sorting out these lot. Matt's going to be starting his little tank.
Well, carrying on with it, I've actually started it.
Oh, have you? Right, okay.
I have took photos though. For once, I've took photos. So, and Andy's got his Matilda tracks to probably do.
No, finished there.
Oh, you've done them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might actually get a bit of modelling done. The only problem we've got is we're going overhead camera. We've got another webcam here. It's a bit out of shot, so we'll just wing it for today because we forgot to put the ball socket.
Yeah.
Bit. Haven't we, Andy?
Sounds over there.
So we'll get there.
We'll sort it. It will be better as we make our way through this. You know what it's like when you set everything up new, you end up moving it around 100 times. You think, how many iterations of this studio have I had? I've been in here 10, 11 years now, and how many times have I moved this around? And I'm thinking about doing it again, actually.
Yeah.
So, yes.
How would you plan on doing it this time?
I'm just thinking, I never liked the camera being here. I know people
Right.
like to see this, but I like the camera over there because from a cable point of view, it's an absolute nightmare. Because very similar to what Matt's obviously got there, I've got this. Well, hold on, I'll show you how bad it is, just to point it out. Because obviously this is me, so obviously it's all over here. So all the power and the electrics and everything else have to go under here, comes up behind there, and it's just a nightmare from a cables. And as you can see, all these cables running along. Because obviously we run the laptop, she's got the chat on. This is one. What you can't see, there's another monitor over here with the other stuff on, and it just doesn't flow. And I'd like to have it all over there, purely so you're not going over things. But that means we have the camera angle from this side coming across. But it's just something I'm playing with camera angles because, to be honest, I've got a different overhead camera these days, as some of you have noticed, so people question it. But from that point of view, I don't actually need... Oh, there you go. I don't actually need to have two cameras running overhead. I always do, but I can actually get away with one, and in post-editing do the zoom thing because it's got a different thing on it. So it's a higher res. So hopefully it'll be all right. But yes, they do have a bar between them, but I can take the bar away and they can be like that. Look. Ooh.
It almost looks like we're in the same room rather than being in different counters and socially distanced. But
it's amazing how you've managed to mirror it.
It's amazing what you can do with cameras and trickery. And...
That's the widescreen angle. If anyone's got a widescreen monitor, you can have Matt and Andy just sat there just on that one and do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps not, eh?
Yes. Very good. Right, okay, so where do you want to start today then, gentlemen?
So we'll start with, we're going to new arrivals. There ain't much at the minute because we're waiting for stuff to come in, but we'll just run through that.
Yes, right, okay, hold on. I'll do this and I'll bring us up on full screen. There we go. Right, go on then.
So obviously the Osprey, which Philippe has reviewed now and is up.
Yes.
Is in.
Mm-hmm.
And you quite like it, don't you?
I do. I think it's an absolutely fantastic kit. I know, you know, the big thing that everyone's going to say is it's 100 quid, you know, and that is a lot of money. When you get to that level, you're expecting great things, let's face it. But I don't think it's that far off. I'll be honest with you, as you can see in the photos in here, you know, it's typical, but it's not, because the plastic is not the same as your usual Hobby Boss plastic. This plastic is really hard. You know, I call it chinky when you drop it and it goes like tink, 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 and it's very much like Hasegawa. It's that. So it's a harder plastic. And I think the reason they've done that is, when I just zip through to this photo, you can probably see these panel lines are absolutely tiny and the riveting detail is absolutely minute. And I think this has probably got the finest riveting and panel lining I've seen on a 48 scale kit of theirs. So there's something going on. There's a change in this kit. It's obviously of slightly higher quality. Also, from a point of view, just going around when we were looking at it, like these vortex generators, they are as thin as photo etch, just a little bit thicker probably, but honestly, they are the thinnest I've seen. They're actually quite sharp. And, you know, just general details, but also on here, there is no sink marks. There's literally two I found on the entire kit, which one you don't think I've got a photo of it actually, but one of them it's been just cropped off. It's just up here. There's a this is the combing or the cover for the instrument panel. There's a tiny one on the top. When we say tiny, we're being really picky. I do point it out in the video and show it on the close-up so you can see it in there, but the rest of it is all good, all very, very nice. The ejector pins, they're big as well. It's the other thing you notice on these. They are huge ejector pins, but as in just size. They're like pennies on the top, but it's getting them out of the mold cleanly, nicely. There's no flash. There's some tiny, tiny little parts on this one, and it's all very, very nice. Now, obviously, I haven't built it yet, so I can't come out on that one, but I will say for the price, I don't think it's that bad. Yes, it would be nicer if it came in at 75 quid, and 100 quid is just pushing, I think it's pushing the limit of it, but yeah, it's one of those. I think it really is worth it when you, all things considered. It's going to be a large lump once it's done. So yes, I'd like to actually have a go at putting it together.
Hey, I do have to say, the moulding actually, like you say, in the panel lining and the actually the styrene they've used, I wonder if this is perhaps new Hobby Boss, they've changed the styrene. I don't know, we'll have to see what else will release, but it does look really crisp and sharp.
Yes, yeah, and that is it. It was the biggest thing. As soon as you take it out of the bag, you know, normally with like the Hobby Boss type plastics and trumpeter, they're quite soft and floppy. You know, it's very like a tallery type, that type of plastic. This isn't. This is rock hard. It's proper, you know, you feel it. It's like ting, ting, ting. It's really strong stuff, you know. So I'm thinking maybe it, you know, I don't know. Is this a new direction or is it just a one-off? I don't know. We'll have to see. But generally, the panel lining is incredibly well done. It's very, very nice. So yeah, I think could be onto a winner with it. But as I say, I never did bring up the price because I don't think that's part of doing a review. I'm reviewing the kit, not what it costs. And I know a lot of people, it's the first thing they're all going to say, oh, 100 quid for that, you know, it's silly money. But honestly, I think it's a big kit. There's a lot of plastic.
Yeah. The other thing is, though, what's it up against?
Well, this is it. Do you want to go down the Italy route? Which doesn't actually look anything like that. So, yeah.
Sorry, I was just reading chat. I think the Italy one's even the older one anyway. That's the newer one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the Atelieri one is literally a prototype from back in the day. This thing is totally different beast to that one. So, yeah, this thing has got lumps and bumps all over it that theirs doesn't. And it's got different shapes up the top here as well, and these fins, and yeah, it is literally like night and day with it. But no, I think it's onto a winner. As I say, it is unfortunate. If it come out at like $69.99, I think everyone would love it and buy tons of it. It's just on the more expensive side, but that's my only criticism. We'll see what it like when it goes together.
Yes, that's the proof in the pudding, isn't it? Building.
Yes.
Also, Ryfield Models new T34 is in.
Yes.
So again, I've not looked in it, but being Ryfield, I thought it'd be fantastic kit.
Yes, very much so.
And also a nice Beamer is in.
That's it.
So if you like your 320 E46, is it?
That's it. Well, most of the Beamers around here are pretending to be one of them with all the chavs in, where they lower them. They take a normal 320i and do that to it. Yeah, not fooling anyone there, but there you go. But yes, very nice indeed.
And I think the rest is going to be like restocks, like the Pibbers back in and the Spitfire.
Yeah.
Reeboks of the original VB in it, which is quite a nice box art, I do have to say. I do like that.
Yeah.
Makes it easy to see one upside down rather than right way. Doesn't it? On a box art, it's a bit thrown, but it's good.
They don't like being that way for very long, though, do they? I think the carburetors have a problem, like they run out of fuel.
Probably, yeah. Starve a bit of oxygen.
Starve a bit of fuel in it, and it starts to like cough a bit, and that's why it gets that sort of crackly spatter when they go inverted. So yeah, very nice though.
Nice, yeah. Looks the part.
Yes.
So that's it for for new arrivals. Obviously, like I say, we've got the Tiger Moth coming in and Harriers and a few other bits and pieces.
Yes.
So yeah. And then if you go on to
stuff we looked at last time, didn't we?
Yeah, if you go on to special offers.
In special offers this week we have.
So if you scroll down a bit, we've got some new damaged boxes from Tamiya, I think. So and cars, and so we've got the RX-7 and the Supra. They're new in. If you scroll back up, the US, the M113, the Marder, we've got a couple of 88s back in.
That 48 truck thing, whatever it is.
Yeah, the 48 Hawk.
That's it.
So again, just keep an eye out because we are trying to, if we can get them, we will get them in and bag yourself a bargain because half of them, like I say,
there's Vesda.
There's a Vesda T28, yeah. And then we've still got like some of the others left as well. Once they're sold, we'll just delete them.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the Dreadnought sold, so that was in. And obviously the Space 1999 Eagle's gone now, so we'll delete them off.
Very nice indeed. And the Vigan.
The Vigan, that's still one with the book. That's a bargain because that is very expensive. So you get Duke Hawkins books and the 2-seat and the single-seat Vigan.
Yeah.
So that's
those books are absolutely lovely. I did a review on them,
really
you might remember, and they are very, very nicely detailed. Great reference photos right the way through. So to get that as a freebie on its own, that's very nice.
Yeah, I mean it's quite a good saving on that as well. That package.
Yes, very nice indeed. And a Shackleton, where that come from? That's the left field. Oh look, with a review.
Yes, you've got one of them, haven't you?
I have, yeah. That's why there's a review. It's sat up
Well, I
there.
didn't know if we'd sold it for you. Like,
Oh no! Luckily, I've managed to hold on to that and like stop you from doing that. So yeah, I've got that one and I've got the other one as well. Was it the Mark II? So
yes.
So
Yes. All right. C6 sig, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did think about it. To be honest, I did seriously think about doing the Mark II. So I like the Mark II. So.
Yeah. So anyway, they're still in there and they do get updated as soon as we get stuff in. So grab them while you can, I think.
Yes, definitely. As we spoke about last week, obviously we have been moving a few things, trying to streamline the actual bits and pieces in here as well. So, but don't forget, the search does work. So got the search bar up here. You just type in what you want in up there, and obviously, hopefully, it will take you off to wherever you want to go for it.
Well, Andy has been going through, haven't you? You've been going through the site and look, you know, doing bits and bobs in it. So
yeah,
which will be ongoing until we're properly happy.
Yes.
It's up to date.
It'll be like the Severn Bridge.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Just keep going around in circles, but yeah, keep it streamlined. We've also got paints coming in. Tamiya Paints is pretty stocked up at the minute, and thinners, and obviously we had a guns delivery the other day, so that's like leveling thinners back in. Paints, they are out of a stock of a few items, but most of it is actually in.
Yeah.
So a few bits of tools as well have come in from guns like this.
Yeah.
Mr. Sprout.
Yes.
Bottle openers.
And that is the thing as well. As I say, the bottle openers are in, I have to say, because we always get asked for these.
Yeah.
It's one of those tools. You only ever buy one, you'll never buy another one. So, and they are a great bit of kit to have.
I've lost my blue cap on mine, so.
Oh, have you what, your rubbery bit?
I don't know how, I'm sure.
So, yes.
Yeah. Really don't know what to do with it.
I'm amazed mine's still going because, you know, it's got lacquers and it's near the spray booth. And normally rubber things don't like living around here. But actually, this one's still okay and it is not perished or anything. And I've had that for well over 10 years now. So
Handy tool, isn't it?
It is very, very handy tool to have.
That's Rob just put LP flat white, which is LP 4, 3, 4 in it. No, we're still out of LP 3 and LP 4. We still ain't got in. That's it. There's a few of the LP colours that we still want.
LP 3 is flat black.
It's flat, so it's LP 4, isn't it? It's flat white. Yeah, unfortunately not. That's one of the ones out. There's a couple. There's LP 11 is out of stock. What's Ghost Grey? LP 38. I think there's only one of them if that's in stock. Yeah, there's a few on back order, so hopefully they'll be in soon. But the XF range is all up to date and in stock. So.
Tom, I'm not sure if the Shackleton is still down at St Morgan because it's not St Morgan anymore. They call it Newquay Airport. So Newquay International, whatever it is, and also it's known as a space centre now. Not that they've ever launched anything from it, but that's it. So, but I don't think it is down there anymore. There's actually a nice little museum that they've got up there with some very nice stuff in it, up in the old Harden air shelters and stuff like that. So I got a feeling she may have been dragged up there, but I don't think she's down on the gate anymore. I haven't been down there for years now, but yes, you've been down there, Andy, haven't you?
Yeah. I've been around that one. Yeah, there's a nice MR3 at Newark.
Yeah, there is.
Newark Museum. Yeah, you can actually go in and walk around. Well, crawl around.
You can look at it through the fence.
Would you remember?
You're going to be seeing it in a minute, are you?
No, that's it. But we were down there on a particularly hot day, weren't we?
Yeah,
it was like, oh my lord, the heat inside that thing, even being anywhere near it, it's proper, one of the warmest days of the year.
I'm not thinking you don't want to be a big lad if you've got to get over that spar in the middle, are you? No. It's not. Got to be a bit nimble, shall we say, to get around a Shackleton.
Yes, definitely.
Just thinking on the LPs, you know how they've said about the LP flat white that's out, and we've got the gloss white. Well, why don't you just put matting agent in it and matting it down, and you've got matte white in you?
Yeah.
No, because they do one on the LP range. I'm sure they do a flat base. I think it is, or just flat base will do it from the XF range. 21. XF 21 will flatten any gloss paint, literally.
The XF 21 or X21? X21.
X21 in it.
X21. The
X21
that is the modeller's tripwire.
Yes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. The amount of modelers who think that is actually a flat coat.
I've done it.
People.
I have done it.
I've done it, absolutely. That's the thing. We can all laugh at it because we've all done it.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing of adding it to clear, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing, was if you slightly overdid it, wouldn't it? You'd end up with a nice frost effect. It turned white. Looks like it's a frosty morning. So, yes. And hello from Belgium. Lots of people from around the world joining this afternoon. Very nice indeed. Oh, right. Should we look at questions?
Yeah, let's do some questions.
Let's do questions. Where are we? Hold on. I have one queued up here. There we go. Right. Phil B says, hi, Matt and Andy. I've got a Tiger Moth on pre-order and a couple of items to order. So if it's okay to include the Infinimats, 2 of the Type 1 and 2 of the Type 2. I see they're currently sold out of the Type 2. So could you invoice me when they come in, and I'll send with a pre-order for the Vulcan.
Right. Let's go back a couple of steps here. It's when we get them back in now, because obviously we've got a problem sending to the EU and getting stuff out of the EU, and AK are obviously from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be a little bit of a delay until things are a bit more fluid, shall we say, with paperwork, because that's what is holding everything up now. It's just paperwork, basically, and what we're doing. I mean, the Vulcan ain't doing that till April.
Yeah.
So hopefully by that time we should be okay.
Yeah.
I would suggest, because from now to April is quite a while for us, and please remind us nearer the time.
Yes.
That'll be easier. Send us an email or a message or wherever it is to me or Andy, and just say, don't forget about them cutting maps to send with your Tiger Moth and your whatever. Because obviously, where is he? New Zealand? Because that is going to be, I think it's NZ in it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because I can see why. Because obviously postage anyway to that part of the world is expensive from here at the minute. So I can see why. Just give us a shout nearer the time, and we'll see what we've got in, or if we can get them.
The problem is us, we'll get that many orders that we're trying to do, and it's for us to try and remember who wants what. When you're putting stuff aside, we've got like a little area behind here, haven't we, that we use for it, but it'll come a couple of months and we'll be saying, who's that for?
Even if you've got a little post-it note on it, it's like, who's that? Oh yeah, it is, because we do deal with quite a bit at the minute, so yeah.
All right, well, we'll get there soon. Okay, Lee says, happy to know you and all the team. I've been looking at aftermarket for my freshly delivered from PM Tamiya F15C. So this is when we did the pre-order for the specials for the 32nd scale Eagle. I spotted these on eBay. They look really nice, but the price is hard to swallow. Have you any suggestions for something a bit cheaper? To be honest, the thing is you get is that decals in 30 seconds, there is significantly a price jump because they are a lot bigger. And obviously from I can speak as a manufacturer, that the trouble is when you go into larger scales, you don't sell as many. So the price individually goes up as well, because of obviously you're not selling as many, you need to recoup your prices. So that is always going to make them a little bit more. And the trouble you are going to get with decals, if you go cheap, you're going to get what you pay for. At the end of the day, there is cheap decals out there, and there's lots of, no disrespect to the guys who do it, who print their own and then sell them, and they're not like your traditional decals. They're not like silk screen printed ones. They're the ones that are laser done. You've got to cut yourself and stuff. So sometimes I think if you're going to spend a good chunk of money like you've done on the kit, by the time you put paint into it, maybe a couple of aftermarket bits and pieces as well, the bit to scrimp at the end, I think it's one of those ones where, you've come that far, you just carry on and go through with it. So if you think they're very nice and they're good to go and everything else, then fair enough. Obviously, some manufacturers are more expensive than others. But what you tend to find with 32nd scale stuff is that they'll do a run of them, and when they're sold out, they might not do another. So that's why they hold good money secondhand as well, because they are your only option that you're going to go for. But I would say sometimes, and I get asked a lot, people saying about this one, about skimping out at the last minute, and I often think, why? You've spent all that money all the way through, don't throw it away at the end, especially with decals, because you do pay for what you get.
I do agree.
And it is a big beast, isn't it? So yeah,
she's not little.
Yeah, not at all.
No. If they're the decals you want and you like the scheme, then go for it. I would say I wouldn't even, obviously I don't know how much they are, but if that's what you want to do, then just bite the bullet and get them.
Yeah.
Because like you've said, once they've done the run of decals and they go out of stock, and then people want them, they don't fetch good.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Only second hand.
Yes.
Decal sets do.
Well, like I said, everything in 30 seconds is expensive, isn't it? You go to resin seats and bits and bobs, and cost you a fortune.
Yeah, it does add all.
Yeah. Okay, Christopher Stone says, hi Phil and Matt and Andy. I've started building, such as it is, the pig models, 1-to-1 scale, 88mm. Have I still got it? I have, it's over there. Shell. So this is the Tiger 1 shell, which is this thing. If you don't know, it is available. That thing. Very nice it is too. And he was just saying it needs to have a bit of filler work to stick to the plastic. The plastic appears to be different from normal plastic kits. I think it's an ABS type plastic.
It's an ABS plastic, that is, yeah.
That's the thing with that. So far, he's tried Mr. Hobby Dissolved Putty, AK Grey Filler, Vallejo Plastic Putty, and none of these survive sanding before coming unstuck. The shell needs, because it has a thin groove along the length. Any suggestions? I would scrape clean it. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's not actually a seam. It's the mould line. I'll get in here. How do we get in here? There we go. Hold on, let me just get...
I was say it's not dwarves, is it?
No. Let's face it. I won't do that down the camera. It is literally a tube. So what we're talking about is, where are we? Hold on, different camera angles. So it's this seam running down in here. It's a slight, literally, it's not actually a seam line, it's like a mould. It's got a slight thing. What I would do is scrape clean that. So I would personally, I won't do it because clearly it's got to go back, but literally down it, and then I'd sand it out and do it that way. And obviously it's got this one on here and it's got a little bit of raise just here. But I would go through and do it that way. It's just the way they've actually moulded it, because inside it's got it as well. Rather than actually just try and fill that.
If you did need to fill it, you can get car body filler for plastic bumpers, can't you?
ABS filler.
Yeah.
If you did want to fill it.
Yeah. That's supposed to be in there.
What, this?
Yeah.
You mean the butt plug?
It comes out the other end.
I'll take
You just put it in there for packaging and it's shoved in there and wasting the paper, isn't it?
Something for the ladies. So yes, but yeah, it's still it's one of those things. I think it's very smart. I think it's a cool idea.
Do it for the C6 SIG.
Yes, that's it. Did they ever use these on naval warfare?
Yeah, well. They might have used them on a boat.
Stick 88s
Some
on the
of these
boat.
had 88s, didn't they?
I was going to say, surely I should think the ships would have had 88s as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Schnell boat. Did that have an 88 strap to it? Don't know.
So there we go. So you could go with an ABS filler, which you'll have to specially get from Alfred's somewhere that does that.
Something like that.
Or scrape clean it and
I'd
polish
say
it.
for what you've just said, scrape clean it first and then see what you've got left and then do a bit of sanding and, you can always wet sand it as well, can't you?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think you would on something that size. You want to be honest, it's quite a graininess to it, and because it's supposed to be metal, I would probably wet sand all of that anyway to polish it right up for going on with like a metal finish to really make it nice. So yes. Steve says, hi Phil, Matt and Andy. Will you be getting in stock the NR 172nd BF 110 special edition?
Well, we did have a pre-order up for this and nobody went for it. They all went for the 48th one.
Yeah.
So we kind of didn't think they'd any interest in it, to be honest. I think it's something we could get. We'll have to...
a couple of them in stock.
We can get them in stock, if you want them. But it's not something we thought would generate... Because, like I said, everybody went for the 48 version, so... That's where we went. That's where we've, spent the money.
So there was a pre-order for it, wasn't there? So
yeah. Yeah,
Like
we
we
did
always say, the
10-1.
thing is, when we're doing the pre-orders, it's our way of judging the
Interest.
reactions. Obviously, for you guys, if you suddenly jump all over it, we'll get a load in, and then obviously you get them at the pre-order price as well, so you get a discount. But that was a classic example where it sort of came up, nobody really went for it, so we didn't even bother getting them in because there was no real call for it. Because again, everybody went for the 48th one. So that's how it sort of works. But we can get them in. It's not a problem. It's just we won't get them in cartonfuls like we usually do. So, yeah. Okay, Stuart says, hi all, Matt, Andy, last Sunday I emailed you to add extreme metal thinners to my order of AK Metallics. I was watching Phil's review and he added you needed their thinners. Did you get my email? If not, can you add them to my Tiger Moth or Harrier that I have pre-orders for? Thanks, Stuart.
We don't need thinners for the
Well, you
metal.
don't really know. They do have their specialist thinners because it's the same as a thing, but it doesn't need thinning. But the only trouble, it's cleaning out your airbrush really.
Which lacquer thinners will do the same job.
Lacquer thinners will do the same thing, but as I say, at the time they highly recommend you use theirs, but technically you don't need it. Lacquer thinners, if you got like a normal lacquer thinners, it'll do the same.
Yeah.
Who was it again? Sorry.
It was Stuart H.
We'll
Has he
find
got a
him on
book?
thing.
That's like professional. I thought we write them on scraps of paper and let them blow around the warehouse.
It's all down here.
He's got his parchment.
Has he got one of those nails on a block of wood where he puts his on as well?
When it starts getting dispatched, I'll cover names up, but then it gets someone that names up, then it gets colours as well.
Oh,
He's got coloured marker pens and everything. My God.
He gets his coloured crayons out and everything.
That's it. One day we'll get computerised.
No.
It proper is Arkwright.
Cleaner.
Okay, Steve Little says, afternoon guys, looking to order the interior colour and exterior blue for my Grumman Hellcat by Eddard. Can you point me in the right direction and if you've got any in stock?
I don't know what colour is of a Hellcat. I won't have a clue.
I can't remember what I did with mine.
I've never built one. Andy's built one.
Yes, I've built one recently. Hold on.
I've got one, yeah.
What colour's the interior?
It's
green.
It's the zinc chromate green stuff that they do.
Yeah, it's that colour.
XF58. No, not XF58. Thingy do it. 211 on attacker is interior green.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might have put it in here in my little show notes. In part one, I used MRP interior green. MRP interior green.
You know, we don't talk about them. We don't talk about them. We don't sell them. We don't talk about them.
Well, I've got a bottle of that. You see, flavors down.
That's weird.
Yes,
Siri's
weird.
trying to butt in now.
Oh, right.
She said what colour it should be.
Siri knows what colour it is.
Siri's trying to butt in now. Say, for God's sake, I'm telling you, it's XF71 or whatever it is.
Alexa, what colour is the interior of a Hellcat?
Here's something I found on the web. According to wardsauto.com, bright red leather sets off Hellcat interior.
Oh, they're doing Hellcat as in the car.
Oh no, a Grumman Hellcat. Tell her, ask her, Grumman Hellcat, what it is. Not blooming car.
Jesus, I knew I shouldn't have brought her in here.
Yeah, that's fatal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, if it's attacker, I'm sure it's 211, which is interior green. I wouldn't go now for the guns one because they've changed it from what used to be the proper interior green is now more zinc chromate. They've changed the formula. It looks very yellowy. MRP do interior green, don't they?
Yeah.
If you want to go down that route. And I presume AK do one. I presume AK, MiG, Vallejo.
It's quite a standard colour, isn't it? It's not hard to get.
But yeah, it's just US interior green, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then obviously, if you're on about the dark blue, because obviously I did mine in this version, down in here with a 3-tone. So apparently I've got down here it's C001. Which is attacker dark blue.
Yeah, slight problem with that. We ain't got none and we can't get none. It's out of stock.
All right, okay. And if you want the intermediate blue, then that's C027.
Yeah, that's in. But the dark sea blue is out of stock.
Yes.
But there is alternatives. Tamiya do a sea blue.
Everybody does.
Guns
sea blue.
do a dark sea blue. So there's loads of options, and everybody else does as well, I would have thought. So
Yeah.
Guns do a set for. Or used to do a set.
Have you seen that? I'm just looking at our chat. Look at what Lee's put for the decals.
£64.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Wow, that's.
I'd go for something else.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'll
didn't realise.
tell you why
it was
that'll
quite-
be, Lee, is probably they're out of stock and there's none going around, and he's obviously a
That's it.
dreamer.
Is that, Lee? Is that brand new or is that second hand?
Well, somebody will put them on eBay saying brand new anyway, but
Yeah,
they're
but
like,
you know what I mean. I presume that's not from a reputable company.
I've been looking at some different decals.
What's up with the kit ones? Are they not what you want to do? Are they not?
perhaps it's not the markings he wants to do.
No, I suppose.
You get 2 options, don't you, in the kit?
I know, but it's Tamiya decals as well,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Hmm.
So anyway, hope you've answered that.
Yes, there you go. That gives you all the options for that one. Right, okay. Mr. Pramjit, this is Airfix Pramjit, says, hello, Phil and team. Hope you're all well. Wanted to buy the Hitaka C328 pale blue along with some other stuff on your site. It's missing, just missing from the site, or is the colour not in stock? Well, we not got that. 328? Andy?
Hold on, I'm going to have a
Quick,
look.
run out. You could run outside and check. It's on the other side of the wall.
It might not be one that
328.
Newly made from a company in Truro. Never heard of them. Hold on, we'll just check.
we go up to 326 and then it goes up to 700. What colour is it?
It says it's pale blue.
I don't. Yeah, what line was it in? He looked. Was it in orange line? Because it might be just red line only and not been converted. I don't know.
Oh, right, okay.
It could be one. We haven't got it.
Mm.
And I don't know without checking, which really can't do now, if it's available anyway.
Yeah. He also says, well, Sandy just has a look for that then. What scraper? He wants to buy one of the trumpeter scrapers. Which one would you recommend? Personally, I like this one. Do you see
You
that?
like the curved one, don't you?
It's the one that I do the bits on, which is the nice curvy one on both sides.
That one.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh no, you've got different. You've got that one.
I've got the pointy one on both sides because I'm lazy, and it goes to a point where you've got the single point one, haven't you?
Have a look on JV.
Yeah,
I've got both here. Look.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to see on the camera from this far away, isn't it? But
Do you know what number this one is?
I like the one you've got. If I'm honest,
Yeah.
the straighter one, like the two.
Apparently, 328 is only available as a red top.
There you go. I thought it might be. It's not available in orange top.
That was orange top.
Who from the attacker?
No.
No.
So this one is it that one or that one? Must be that one.
It's 70.
No, not that one. That's the. Is it?
Is that the curved one?
Oh, that's a pointy one. Is it? No. High quality scraper 76. Your one is a 79, isn't it? With the curved blade.
Yeah.
Right, the packaging just doesn't look the same.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
sure
real.
whatever they're showing it on there. Is it that one, Matt?
Yeah, that's the one.
That one there.
It's a 79 in it.
No, 79 is the one with a single blade.
Oh, sorry. So 76 then.
76. Yeah.
76. Sorry.
Which
Yeah,
one
that
is
colour's not available.
Oh, that's the leafily sharp pin one. That's the real pointy job.
That's
But it
that's
hasn't got the curve. I prefer the curve on it.
That's really for sculpting and carving, I think,
Yeah.
rather than scraping. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes,
That's the
because
problem.
that is sharp and lethal.
Very, very sharp. So, yeah, so what we're recommending then is that one. So that's the 09976, which is this one.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And Right, okay. The Kinetic Harrier GR13 has some nice looking rocket pods, but the instructions say to remove the rocket. Was wondering why do they think they have done this? Apparently it's the display thing. Somebody's cocked up. Normally those rocket pods, like the CBR7s or whatever they should be inside, but when they do air shows and stuff, they pull them out to show them. So they sit them out the front. But reality is they're not. When they're locked in, they're pushed in. But somebody's obviously taken that design and gone with it. But the reality is they don't actually have them like that ever, unless it's an air show. So that's why they recommend cutting those off.
Out the ends where they mould them. Who's done that? Whose kit has got fingered where you can see the tips of them? Oh, I can't remember, but they do. And like you said, they're not other. They just holler and shove. Yeah.
Also, get in touch soon about coming on the live show, hopefully in the next few weeks. Thanks. Yes, love to have you on, Pramjit. We can talk all things Airfix and grill you again.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, Tony says, hi all. Notice on Tuesday's show, Phil was wearing a pinny. Not a pinny, it's an apron, a tooling thing, which always is here. It's always here. Look, covered in junk.
It's got his pinny on. Needs a wash.
No, can't wash it. That's a bit like washing clothes that should never be washed syndrome, isn't it? You've got all your good stuff. So yes. Anyway, possible. We used to sell them, to be honest with you, back in the day.
To dry cleaners then.
What is that? Is that like your underwear?
Yes, literally.
Never to be washed.
It's a bit like me running pants, me bamboo ones. But yeah. So anyway, apparently, we used to flog these, and we did sell loads of them. But the company who used to make them, unfortunately, are no longer available or no longer around. So we've had to switch all of our marketing stuff and everything to a new company. And to be honest, it was one of those things that last year was a very, very busy year, as a lot of you know. I just never got round to it. It's one of those things where you need to sit down, you need to get samples done, you need to have a look at it, you make sure they're good quality and all of that. And I just haven't got time for any of that at the moment. So it's sort of all just gone away. But we will sort them out very, very soon.
We are going to see if we can get the Tamiya ones back in, aren't we?
Yeah, the Tamiya ones, which I've got in my drawer. And I've got drawers in that posh. Well, there's the Tamiya one. In fact, I could have asked today because I've rung up.
Yeah, I thought that just as we were talking about.
So there's the Tamiya one. Look, keep thinking the camera's over there. That's doing me head in now. I'm going to have to move it back over there. I don't like it there.
Get the back of Andy's head then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, that's the Tamiya one. They do them in white.
They do white, blue, green.
Yeah, there are a few different colours, but yeah.
Would you want a white one? Let's face it.
So put pre-order up for Tamiya aprons.
See if anybody wants a Tamiya apron. There you go. We'll do a pre-order for them. If anybody would like them, then we'll stick them up on the forum, and that way you can put in a pre-order for them.
I think a few people would have them as well.
Do you know what? I'll see if they're available because I don't know. Obviously, when we've finished the show, I'll give my man a ring and see what they've got and what's available. And then hopefully, perhaps sometime at the back end of the year, or thinking we can perhaps sort out some proper floral ones again when we've got.
Yeah, that's it. When I get a bit of time again.
PM apron, if you want a PM one, I don't know. We'll sort something. Like I say, it's just because we're in lockdown, got to open them.
Yeah.
Because nobody's open. Oh well, it's not supposed to be.
My other half keeps complaining about lap stains.
Hey.
Oh, really?
From the hobby in brackets, so we'll let him away with that one. Okay, Ben says, hi guys, had the pleasure of picking Phil's mystery parcel. There we go, now we all know what it is. Hope you like it. I picked one up myself, looks great. There we go. Question, apologies, this is covering old ground. Did you get to the bottom of the Hataka bottle leak issue?
No.
Are you still planning on stocking the range? Well, we stocked the range.
We're stocking. We're not stocking the sets, but we stock the singles because we have very minimal leakage, shall we say? But no, as in we don't know what's going off. So can't get any more.
To be honest, this is as stupid as it sounds. As a stockist, you think they'd tell us. We are literally the last person who hears anything. We've heard rumours about them doing it in like glass bottles, wide neck bottles and stuff like that. If it ever happens, I don't know, but. Again, it's not straightforward. Not when you think we've got a paint rack full of it designed for that size of bottle. Then to switch over, I don't know what happens then. Anyway, Rob says, "Hi guys, can you help with the name of the UK distributor for Polar Lights and round 2?" Ooh, who's Polar Lights?
I know Gary gets some Polar Lights in at Tiger Robbie's. Round 2. I don't know if he gets round 2, but I don't actually know. Annans get them in as well occasionally. I don't think there is an actual,
No,
not that I know of. I'm not saying there isn't, but not that I know of, official distributor for said companies.
because he's saying in here he's just finished decaling his 1966 Batmobile for the Swinging 60s GB and is in the process of finishing it off with a gloss coat from the rattle can, not realising he had put on the wrong cap on the can and sprayed black instead of gloss. Oh dear.
That's a proper schoolboy error.
Just
Oh dear.
So, yeah, you think you've got
Wait.
gloss clear coat coming out and you've just sprayed it black. Oh my
Oh
lord.
dear.
Yeah, there's not a lot coming back from that one, is it?
No, that's no. Well, they're in because I tell you what, you're going to struggle to get decals. You're going to have to actually get in touch with them in the States. If that's what you're after, he's always after another set of decals.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go straight to Mobius. You ain't gonna get them over here, I doubt.
No.
Because nobody's stocks have been great
Quantities.
great amounts
No.
to be splitting kits up to get to be. So yeah, you're gonna have to get in touch with them direct. I think.
Hold on. This is where the Flory family comes in. One of the members is saying he's got a spare set.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Address and are happy to send them over. There you go.
That's nice.
There you go.
There you go.
Sorted.
That's got you right out the doo-doo, ain't it, Rob? But that's good. No, that's good.
Fair enough.
Because I say, I bet that would have been an headache actually trying to get some space for that.
Yes.
Or, do you know what he could have done really? He's masked them, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Pinstriped, you know.
Do you know, I thought, what, can't he just paint it himself? Because isn't it gold and orange paint, isn't it? You could like pinstripe the gold round the orange.
Perhaps the Batmobile symbol on the door might be a bit of a pain in the backside. What?
But the bigger panels.
Yeah, see, get a long pointy brush like a proper pinstripe.
Yeah, that's it. Want a brush that's that long, you know, massive great tail on it.
Get your little yardstick.
Yeah, that's it, with a little puffy bit on the end, look, and you're like pom-pom on it, and toot.
Yeah.
I can see him now. He needs a beret,
Seen it done,
a palette.
I tell you, there's a guy who used to come and do the classics at one of the places I work, like the rollers and stuff, and with his stick, and I'll tell you, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're just like in one go with his enamel paint, mixing it up.
I must admit, my dad
Brilliant.
used to insist on having the lorries and the vans for his company were all done proper sign written.
Yeah.
With a guy who's been doing it for him for the last 40 years when he had the company. And like we used to say, it's a nightmare because whereas if it was just hot air gun and peel them off, obviously you can't do that when you're finished with the van. You know, you can try and power furry and get it off, but you never get it off once it's on. But he used to be there in the warehouse and used to do all the coach lining random and all the rest of it. It is an art form, definitely. So yes.
Yeah, it's a dying thing as well. That's the thing, isn't it? Because it's on vinyl now, isn't it? Like you say, it's a bit of a dying trade.
Okay, Greg says, "Hi Phil, Matt and Andy. Thanks for the lockdown shows. They're much appreciated. Absolutely. Couple of questions. Sorry if this has been asked already. Are you planning on stocking the Meng Super Hornet and doing it as a pre-order?" Yes.
Yes, when we get a price.
As soon as we got a price for it and we know how much, then we'll put up a pre-order for it. But at the moment, we don't know.
It could, I'd think it because it could be a bit lastminute.com on a pre-order because I can see it sort of, it's due out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've heard Feb. Well, we're now getting into the middle of Jan and we're still no further to getting a price on it. So
it's like the Ospreys, though, isn't it? I mean, we heard about them.
I know who might know the price on that. Ben.
Yeah, Ben might.
Because they don't stock it. So we need a price, Ben. Chuck us a price and we'll go put a pre-order. Well, just a picture of an Hornet will do. Who cares? We'll know what it is. But yeah, as soon as we get a price, it's a bit sort of Harry and Modium because until we've got a price, we've got to put a pre-order up. But yes, we're definitely stocking it. Phil's going to build 15 of them.
What, just to go back to my old days, I just have to do 4 a week.
He's going to have
2 years.
Back in the day, man.
Yeah, back in the day. That's it.
Hey, I've seen that. Talking of that, the new Bill and Ted films on Amazon. Don't all get excited at once.
Okay, what do you guys think of the Amusing Hobbies aircraft kits? I'm looking. It looks like they'll be having an ME262 HG3 slated for 2021. Looks interesting.
Airfix.
No,
Who?
Amusing Hobbies.
Amusing Hobbies.
I've got no idea. Don't know.
I don't know
No.
that one.
Don't know. I know Amusing Hobbies is, but I don't know what they're bringing out. Don't know. Might have to look into that.
Yes. Might have been asked before or been discussed in the past, but have been slacking a bit regards to a model for a while and are not up to date. How are Revel's new 48 scale Top Gun 2 F-18E Hornets? That's from Eric. I would possibly, as I say, the E. Yeah.
The thing is, the E and the Fs are the better of all of them, aren't they? They're still not a patch on Hasegawa.
I would go Hasegawa still for it, even though it's an earlier version. I still think Hasegawa's is better than the Rebels.
I think what people are getting blinded by the Top Gun logo, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you've got to be careful because
don't forget that E kit is actually very old.
Yeah,
very old.
The 48 scale F-18E it's been around donkey's years. Yeah, literally over 10 years. So
it is recessed though, isn't it? And like the other ones that are E's and the F's are recessed, aren't they? And the earlier ones are
raised,
aren't they?
But still, for the Hornet family, I have to say, until the Meng one comes along, because that does look particularly tasty for the F, and I assume they're going to do the E. The Hasegawa ones, I would say, are the way to go because they're really, really nice.
So you're still better off getting that Edard super duper boxing of the Hasegawa kit, aren't you?
Yeah.
While it's available, I know it's not cheap, but then the Hasegawa kit on its own isn't cheap.
Look, Nathan's in chat.
Why is Nathan in chat?
Nathan's in chat.
Oh.
So yes. But again, it's personal choice. It depends what you're into. But I just find that the Revell one, the way it is, it's just very clunky. And it's quite softly moulded and the details and all stuff like that. It's not as sharp and as nice, I think, as the Hasegawa ones. I already have Edard Superbug kit. Well, there you go. You just answered your own question. Stick with that one. You can never have too many kits. I would say go with the Edard Superbug kit if you can't find it as a standalone and do it that way because they got it in the Macy's one. We had a load in, didn't we, a few months back?
We have it in, yeah.
I've got a level one with about 100 quid's worth of aftermarket throw at it.
But they'll be in an auction soon.
I'll never sell it. Never buy it.
Never sell it. Never build it.
Yeah, that's it. Question for Andy and Matt. What is the dimensions of your IKEA tables?
143 centimetres long by 50 centimetres wide.
How tall?
That's all.
I don't know. I didn't look at that bit.
I don't know.
I just remember looking at them.
Hang on, tape measure in here. Tape measures outside.
Is it 143 by?
I don't know, where's the instructions? Have I chucked them?
Probably.
The instructions were around somewhere. They're perhaps down here. Hold on. They're called, what they're called? Because it's easy for somebody to just Google it on. They're called, there's a name in that they give them. Oh, for God's sake. Come on, Andy.
Honestly.
Help me.
Yeah, well, Matt was the one that ordered them.
I'm still amazed he paid 150 quid for 2 tables. I'm expecting like a bit of worktop and a couple of trestle tables like I've got.
Well, it's fair. I thought it was going to
There you
get
go.
some.
They're called a Mickey.
Oh, it's a Mickey.
Was the dimensions right?
I don't know, I can't see it here. Don't give you the dimensions. Look at this. This is a proper instruction book, look.
Ooh.
These are instructions that you could never go wrong by.
Except for not when you chuck parts away that you need to build.
And you run out of screws.
And you put draw runners upside down.
Rush it again, go the dimensions in there. Anyway, it's a Mickey.
Right, there you go.
So
So it's a Mickey. Google Mickey at IKEA and you'll be
IKEA
fine.
catalogue Mickey. Hang on. It's gone off again, Andy. The cat's gone off. Who wants one?
That was James.
James, was it?
Yeah.
They're very good, actually. I do like them with a couple couple of drawers, and yeah, they'll be they're going to become very useful.
I must have I thought we were having some white worktop and
cabinets. Literally what I've got. My entire setup was 240 quid.
these read.
Yeah, and these can be moved, like we say, for the classroom. Because if you've got worktop, it's stuck. You can't do it with it. Where at least we can move stuff around. Because I'm thinking, you know, this big desk we've got here with a computer on it, which is technically Leslie's desk. That might be going and get another one of these to run across the back wall.
Yeah.
Because that does take up a lot of space because it's got that sweep on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she might be having that back and get another Mickey table to sit there.
So on the other wall opposite you, you're going to be having the fireplace with the 2 high wing-back chairs each side.
I wish. I've got the leather one in the corner.
I was going to say, where's the leather one? That's still in the corner.
In the corner. I've got to find somewhere permanent for that, just because it's just shoved out the way at the minute. But
apparently, the Mickey is 75 centimetres high because Tony's got one.
There you go. Yeah. Well, if we had a tape measure, we could, you know.
To be fair, it's standard desk height.
Yeah, it's desk height, yeah. I know John's got these in his shed, apparently, and he's got one of these. John's got one of these in his shed, yeah.
Right, Roger says, Phil, does paint go through your fan in the bench vent? Mine is now blocked. Crikey, it sounds a bit like Andy's. Who was going to use a cooker hood filter. Do you think this be okay? You shouldn't have paint particles going through. You might get a bit of dust.
Yeah.
But you definitely, that's what these do. Obviously, the outer ones trap particles, and obviously the white bit behind it, because obviously it's like twinned. So you've got the blue one catches the painty bits in it, Matt, and then the black one catches the dust and the finer bits, really. Yeah. But then the rest of it is supposed to flow through. If your fan has got paint stuck to it, whatever you're using as a filter, i.e. you're either not changing it enough or it's the wrong filter. You need something a little bit more dense.
Yeah. So take your filter out and just have a look at your fan. I bet it should be not bone dry, but clean.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's got dust on it, don't get me wrong. It's got like a white dust on it, but there's no build-up or anything on it. So, yes, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, yes. Definitely one of those ones where if you've got that type of thing going on, something's not right. The only thing I highly recommend you don't do is spray it at your filter when you're cleaning out your airbrush, because you will flood it then. You obviously get yourself a cleaning station, don't you guys?
That's why Matt gets mucky.
But the thing is, if you're constantly just there in front and you're going to dump 12 mil, it's not going to be good for it.
The dirty thinners. It just knackers the filter up faster, but it don't. I'll have a look tonight when I'm at home. I'll take my filter out and I'll have a look, see what but I'm sure last time I did it, it was absolutely clean.
You got to clean it.
Like mine, literally, what I tend to do is, here's my little tip for it. When I clean my filter, every, I don't know, as I say, I go through a filter mesh on here probably once a month, okay? And I'll whip it out. And then the thing is, every now and again, if I notice any build up on the fan, I just go in there with the airbrush with just air, with it running, and blow it. And that way, all the dust then flies out the other end.
I prefer if you didn't whip it out, please.
Well, I'm all right now. That's passed. I'm allowed out now.
Yeah, there are kids watching.
Okay, David says, any recommendations for a 1960s British anti-flash? Apparently, it's known as BS381C.
Yes, Attacker do anti-flash white, and so do AK Interactive Real Colours. And as far as I know, they're the ones who do anti-flash white. Do Vallejo?
Don't Guns do
that? They don't do an anti-flash white, I'm sure they don't.
Anyway, it says on here, having heard Halford's Primer, Appliance White, or Halford's Arctic White is okay. Attacker do one C322, but Sod's Law, you don't have it. Andy, go and check. It might be our stock levels might slightly be off.
I tell you what, there's loads.
Okay, here's a news flash. Next week, PM's actually having stock taking.
Yeah,
where we're going to do all the stock levels, because we are aware sometimes people say to us, you've been out for ages and we've got a rack full. It wouldn't be the first time we've had this.
We might be taking the store offline so we can do a proper stock take.
It's one of the things, to be honest, because we've just been so busy throughout the winter, it's horrendous.
Well, it hasn't stopped since last lockdown, has it?
Well, this is it. So we do need to literally just take a moment to do all the stock levels correctly, because some stuff we've got absolute tons of it and it's not online. Have we got a load then?
322 anti-flash bite, but we have got 322 anti-flash bite.
Oh, right. So the one that we haven't got in stock is very, very similar to the one that's just about to come in stock now.
It's about to go online now.
It's about to go back in stock. So there you go. You don't need your Halfords primer. I like appliance white. I've painted many a car back in the day in that. It's good stuff.
Yeah, no wrong with appliance white. You should spray your Star Trekky thing in it.
I did my... Well, you've got it there. My Saturn 5 is done in it, appliance white.
Oh, big like that. It's ideal, isn't it?
Yeah. So yes, again, it's a funny colour. If you can get one like it, it's a lot easier than trying to make it, because it's one of those where it's very easy to make it go off-white.
Hey, it is in stock.
Oh, is it?
I thought it was, because
hold on, sorry, I might be reading that wrong. He says, I don't have it. There you go, we have got it. It's in stock. Sorry, I misread it.
There are a few things out of stock, but we've actually had an attacker delivery, so we can go through the... Yeah, that's right. See? Not
right,
just...
Okay, I'll take it back.
Ha! Yeah, we'll put it back.
Pramji's back again. Me again. He needs the pale blue for the orange line. I remember you guys were going to add the sets back in stock as singles.
Yeah, but we can't get it as a single, Pranjit.
Oh, right. Okay. So
it's obviously
C38328.
Yeah, no. We can't get it as a single because Andy's just had a look. So whether that's our stockist has not got the singles in, which is probably more the case, than we're not stocking it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just in the sets, which we're not doing for obvious reasons.
What set's it in?
I don't know. SU. Which one is it? SU what?
It's in the SU27's PUB Flanker BC paint set.
Actually, there is. Do you know what as well? That's got the wheel up green colour in, or the radome colour, and you can't get that. We can't get that as a single colour. Right. It's only in the set. Because I know somebody's asked me before. This was way before even lockdown. Oh, I want the radome green colour. It's not on the rack. So
is that one of the sets we've got?
Don't know from me. I can't see.
Right. Okay. A couple of other questions.
We'll be in touch, Brandy. We'll
see what we can do. Okay, so this is one for you guys, because you'll know this one. Sprugu says, what thinner should you use with Mr. MR UV Cut Super Clear GX112?
Leveling thinner.
Is it a clear gloss?
That's, clear gloss, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, UV. Leveling thinner. Yeah. Don't use rapid thinner or the other, it'll go satin.
Yeah.
Leveling thinner, you'll get a nice, smooth, even, glossy finish.
If it's one of their flats, then use
rapid thinner. And it will be flat. It'll be dead. Did flat.
It'll be flat. Right, where was I? Hold on, I'll skim through some questions in here. The Osprey seems better value for money than the 148 SU34, which got over half the box is weapons you won't use. Did say that time when we reviewed it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Lots of you saying hello, which is hello to everyone.
Hello.
What about shipping to Belgium with Brexit? No prices raised or taxes or whatever.
It's not that.
It's simple as that. We can't. It's just an absolute paperwork nightmare at the moment. I think it's just one of those things, like we said, what's going to happen in July, it's all going to change again by the sounds of it. So it could be, wait till July. As stupid as it sounds.
Listen, let's just put something into perspective, right? I ordered before Christmas something from Germany. Our suppliers from Germany. It's all been packaged. It got picked up and then sent back because the paperwork wasn't tallying up. So it's still back at Glow to Be, which is a company we got it from. It was picked up by DPD, and because the paperwork that it's not cool. What's the word I'm trying to look for? There's something with the paperwork that's not right for them to bring it to us, and they're going to look into it. And we'd have the same problem sending out of here to Germany, Belgium, France, wherever, Netherlands, whatever. It's the couriers that's the problem at the minute. From what reading between the lines, their paperwork to what you're sending as the shipping papers or whatever are not lining up.
Yeah.
The stars are not aligned for it to all go smoothly.
Yes.
So
I think if you were a independent person or a very small company that didn't deal with VAT,
if you were that,
you'd be able to do it. But
I think you would, but we're that. Yeah,
it's a nightmare at the moment.
that's the word. Look, that Tony's put up. Compliment.
Okay, Christopher says, very efficient since Andy became a permanent member of staff. Sent my MH60 to me, although I asked you to hold it until I moved house. Luckily, I intercepted the parcel at the post office. Much appreciated service.
That was Matt's fault.
Oh, see?
It was your fault.
Well, at least he's got it, because we were expecting it back, if I'm honest. I'm right, oh God, I hope that comes back.
We were waiting for that one.
Yeah. Our apologies. We did.
The problem is when
somebody else asked.
With two people asking for exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and gone muddled.
And I told Matt about one.
Yeah.
And then he got the email from another, and he presumed that we were both presumed it.
Now we're in the same sort of building. We can, because obviously this is when Andy was at home, I was here, so we've got a bit muddled up somewhere. Yeah. But I'm glad you've got it, and it's.
Yeah, he thought it was one, and I thought it was the other. And
So we've
it was a bit.
So it's my fault, obviously.
But you got the email from him, not me.
I know.
I got the email from the other one.
Well, says Philip, what other questions we got?
We'll say the guys are talking about the type of women clearly I hang around with that fit a butt plug that size. What can I say? Andy introduced me. I've just, again, a lot of people obviously talking about the entire things with coming in and out of Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, me and Matt actually discussed this only yesterday. We were saying about it. At the moment, we have stressed over this quite a lot, to be honest, this last month about it in total. But we're to that stage where everybody's in the same boat. Nobody can do anything about it. You can't get anything in or out of Europe full stop at the moment, as it would seem. A lot of the companies are literally doing somewhat like we are, is just taking a step back, not accepting orders. So that way we can't get, people saying, where's my order? If we don't accept them, you can't have it. But at some point, it's going to work. So they are going to sort out the paperwork and it's going to go through. And once we've done a couple of them and they go through and we know what we're doing, it'll be fine. It'll just become an everyday occurrence and we'll be good to go. It's just at the moment, no one seems to know. And it doesn't matter if you talk to customs, if you talk to obviously accountants, if you talk to HMRC, no one seems to know when the VAT should be charged and how it should be in paperwork form and all stuff like that. So until all that gets sorted, we ain't going anywhere. So it's easy for us to not accept orders, and then that way nobody's disappointed. So it's just one of those areas where we are literally just stuck. Right.
At least one thing what we do, you will know when we can. Pretty sharpish.
Yes.
We'll put a video, we'll do one of these and go, wait, at last we can. Sorted.
It's all VAT though, isn't it?
It's all that. Dirty VAT, horrible.
And saying thanks, Matt. You've set off people's Alexas. So
You're welcome.
Anne-Marie's Alexa. To be honest, we do it all the time. We always turn Andy's lights on and off, and his telly and everything, and his compressor. It's quite good when he's at home.
Alexa, play the Crazy Frog.
Shuffling songs by Crazy Frog on Amazon Music.
Who let the frog out?
Alexa, stop. That's it. That's us copyrighted.
Yeah. Taking any orders at the moment. So
that's all right. Some of the questions are duplicated. Guys, don't duplicate your questions, otherwise it will be here all week. Types of things. Matt, stop. Yeah, everyone's saying about don't ask that. But everyone's has Alexa's now playing Crazy Frog.
Could have been worse.
Hold on. My hat is off to the PM store for trying to arrange shipping to the EU because it's a minefield. Absolutely. Still not sold on the idea I need a scraper. I still use a number 11 blade. Yeah, I can't get the hang of that because I find using a number 11 blade lethal.
Did you swear then?
Did I?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
It really sounded like you did.
See, again, this is a classic example. So using a number 11 blade with 40 grit sandpaper and doing it that way for foils. If it works for you, don't take any notice what anybody else says. I think that's always the thing,
Absolutely.
you know. Neil says, in the recent FX video, you can see Pramjet using the products. Flory Sanders, I know, he's very bad, isn't he? He'll get told off. I bet he won't get away with it a second time.
He didn't have the label the right way up there, did he?
He did, but it was dirty.
Oh, was
Got filler dust on it, so that's how I think we got away with that. But everyone knows it and saw it, and they're like, "Oh, look, there's a number 24." I was like, "Oh yeah." I'm surprised that there's no AK or MiG aprons. Oh, give it a week.
That long?
I'm not doing that joke about lap stains.
Yeah.
A MiG ammo thong.
Like chafe.
Yes. There you go. Russell says, thanks for the info on the Tamiya Panzer III. Came today and it's a great kit. Good detail. The fit seems very good. Must have a look at the Stug.
They are really good kits. Tamiya, to be honest, they're just solid.
Yeah.
They're just solid kits. I mean, look, he's building a Matilda, and they're just good, solid, nice, easy, stress-free builds most of the time, aren't they?
The only one I know that's bad is the 35th T62.
Which is old, though.
That's an old one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit rough, that one is, but that's like their Tamiya Harry. It's
Yeah, they've had a few, haven't they? Really
Yeah.
not great kits, but most of them are good, even the old ones.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's got a damaged box. Get that from us.
Yeah, probably. I've got a clue.
Any update on the FX Buccaneer? No.
Pramjet,
he's on. Pramjet, post
he
up.
is.
Is he in live chat?
Hey, should he be working?
He's working from home, he's fine. Get Pramjet on, so ask him when he's coming out.
Yeah. Put your webcam on, Pramjet. We're going to add you so we can
bring him in. Which F14 model is best? Either 48 scale or 32nd scale. Prefer a model that A but D is fine. Well, we've had this conversation.
Yeah, that's annoying.
The Tamiya ones are absolutely fantastic. Beautiful kits, no problem at all. Fit together, but they're very expensive. If you want a D, the AMK one is obviously very, very nice way of going. If you want to go old school, then obviously the Haskell ones, obviously A's and D's as well. They're really nice kits, no problem.
Hobby Boss ones aren't bad, are they?
I'm not really, I'd say, for the price, Hobby Boss ones aren't bad. They're not as refined and clearly of everything you'll get on the others, but no, they are a very, very nice way of doing it.
There's
As
plenty
for
of
32nd, you're just going to go trumpeter.
Yeah.
Don't touch the Tamiya one because that's awful. It's a
or
hybrid.
you could go for the Revell one.
Yeah, if you can find it. Luckily, most of them should have died. They're awful.
No, Trumpy one to go for. Where's yours? You could show yours that you built if you could get it down.
She's up there. The camera doesn't go up that.
Camera. Flip camera mode.
What, over to the other one? Hold on.
Can you see it?
No, hold on. I can do if I move the camera.
There you go.
There it is. It's up there.
Look.
Yeah. That's where they all sit.
In between a Star Destroyer and a shuttle.
Yes. I say I'm planning on getting the shuttle moved, so it'll be all right.
Yeah.
In our chat, Alan Stillwell said the same from this side of the channel. Lots of companies not sending to the UK. We know. Still says it'll be sorted soon. And Lars says, I feel the team take it easy with the EU problem. We understand our difficulties at the moment. A warm thanks from Denmark. We have the same problems the other way. But yeah, and I've got a F15 to bill Lars for, but I haven't done it yet because I've got the price for the postage for it and everything. But
I'll tell you what, David. I hope it's not winter 20. Then that we're in 21.
Yeah, but it should have come out end of last year, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
So
but it's been delayed.
showing-
We have had dates for
Yeah.
that. It's got to be
It's still showing.
first quarter. I think it's first quarter that, and the Beaufort in it. The Beaufort's soon. It drops when it drops.
Yes.
So I did have an email through with the approximate dates of releases, but I don't know. It's buried now in the inbox somewhere. But I'm sure it's first quarter, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's next month.
Hi guys, what's the best 72nd scale starfighter? Ooh, good question.
Oh God, the Academy one's good.
Hmm.
Little Academy one's all right because that Nathan's built that.
Yeah, it's good to you.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
No, there is.
Don't ask the guy would
It's
do it.
Teleri do one, but I can't remember if that's the old Esky one, which
I
I
was
think
going to say that's the old one.
Azagawa would do one, but I don't know if that's any good and how easy it is to get hold of.
It's not my scale, so.
Not your scale, it's more Nathan's scale, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Academy one is actually all right, I think.
Hmm.
Somebody will go, what about that one? They go, yeah. What about the old Matchbox one, the two-seater?
Yeah, that's it. It's proper old school.
Or the old Airfix one, the really old Airfix one.
Nathan will post up in chat and say
He
what
will.
the best-
Nathan, which is best one in 72nd for F104? Did Ravel do one? Ravel do one?
Yes, they do. You're right, actually. Yeah,
That's
they do.
all right. Hey, that's a good kit.
Yeah, actually, I've forgotten all about that. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Crikey,
The Ravel or Academy then, I think.
Hmm.
Rob says, with all the chat going on about the 48 Buccaneer, I might buy one.
They're in 72nd.
Yeah, 72nd.
It's not 48, Rob, you wish.
Apparently the guys are blurry. I think what it is, it's just a little bit of bandwidth squiggling around because obviously the guys are on multiple devices in there as well, so it sometimes can make the camera drop out of HD a bit. That's all that is. Question: as a modelling is your job, what are your hobbies? Ooh.
Modelling. This is the job hobby. This is it.
What? You have to ask because
You've got DCS, haven't you?
I do. I DCS. That's me. Weirdly, and do me props is my other hobby, which I don't do many on camera. So I still see that somewhat as my last bastion of sitting here without having to film myself. So, but yeah, DCS is my flight sim thing, which I do when I can. I haven't done it for like over a month since before Christmas.
What was this thing yesterday with your weather warning
But
update?
apparently we're having new clouds coming in. Only because I've watched the video on it. So I'm waiting for the new clouds and things to come in with DCS. But I do fly online and bits and pieces, but I haven't done it for a long time in VR.
doesn't sound any better, does it?
They do. You can't just sell that one. We're waiting for some clouds to come in. Really? Brilliant. What sort of clouds are they?
Says the modelers. I think we can't start digging a hole when you're into this one, can you? Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say,
Is it
that's
a
a hole you
Zephyr?
don't want to start digging.
That's the wind in it, a Zephyr.
How about the 95 now? New tool in 95.
It is recessed because somebody just put the panel lines right. The Revel one, Nathan's put. But I'm sure it's recessed, that one. Yeah.
Right, okay, they're all about taking the mickey.
You know, on your flight sim, just going back to your flight sim,
Yeah.
you know, like when we went to Riyadh a few years ago and they couldn't fly because the clouds were a bit low. Do you have the same problem on flight sim?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
yeah,
Just one.
yes. No, don't have that problem. We still fly, no
What,
matter
you
what the
go
weather's
above them?
doing.
Go above the clouds. Oh dear.
Hello from Russia. Matt, idea when the Airfix 72nd Vulcan is due? He said it's April, isn't it?
Yeah, April. Yes.
Any idea of the Border Models Crusader?
No, not yet. I did actually order some, but they didn't turn up.
Yeah.
So it's not obviously in the country yet.
Yes.
I'm actually quite looking forward to that kit, to be honest. That and the KT ambulance from Airfix.
I must admit, I am going to do their Vulcan purely because I've got to. I see it as like I should, because I've been giving them, to be honest, shit for years about it. And I do give them proper hell, full stop, and they know me well for it. So when it does drop, I will build it. So I feel I have to, really, to balance it out. Love the 2001 Space Odyssey. It is nice kit. Mark says, so even a bad Tamiya kit is pretty good compared to some others. No. Tamiya do plenty of rubbish, trust me. They do some really old dogs that they still push, like their Harrier.
Yeah.
That's the Harrier.
It's a classic. How they keep pushing that piece of tat is beyond me.
It needs retiring and
sweeping under the rug.
It does need to go, doesn't it?
I'd say the Harrier and the T62 are the bad of the range. I'd build everything else, didn't
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of no one off the top of my head that's
the A10's not exactly brilliant either.
The what?
The A10.
Oh, the A10. And
the A10's got fantastic shape. It's the best shape, but overall, it's an awful kit to go together.
And the Tomcat in 30 seconds not great.
The 30-second Tomcat is just it's a Frankenstein. It's half a front end and half a back. Oh, it's awful trying to do it. So.
I built the A10 when I was about 15. It was a brilliant job.
Apparently, Airfix do a 104, the Canadian version.
Who?
Airfix.
That's tooling from 1960 something.
I was going to say that'll be a proper old one.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying in here that the Hasegawa 104 in 70 seconds is very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Rebel one's good as well. They are saying the Rebel one.
Yeah. Yeah, there is options. None of them are really readily available. That's the problem, isn't it? Out of all three of them, I don't think any of them are currently in a catalogue.
No.
The Academy one, I don't think is. The Revell one's not out, I don't think.
So, Two Heads Talking, do you know anything about this, or are you just guessing? 'Cause he's saying here, in order for PM to take and send to Germany, which is 19% VAT, they have to take the order minus 20% of the item cost of the total and calculate the shipping, and then add 19% to the cost, and then present the invoice. That makes it sound very easy, but from what we've told, it's not. You can't do that.
Well, then who pays the
Because
VAT?
who's paying that invoice? That's the thing. So the kit won't get released to their customer until the invoice has been paid.
That's the problem we've got. Because it's got to go through a mediator.
And then will we then get charged? Will we then have to pay VAT our end as well when we put receipts in?
That's the other thing.
So
getting charged double VAT.
Yeah, so we'll end up doing that, yeah. So we'll be taking VAT off, but then we'll probably have to pay VAT. So you're losing 20% of the value of the kit.
Yeah.
Yes. Russell says, Phil, did you get into TCS F-18? I love it. Best aircraft since the Sabre and the MiG-29. Yeah, that's my bird. That's what I fly, the F-18. Did a video on it, actually. DPD told account customers they will let us know Friday an update on the EU problem.
There you go. And that's our order will be coming through. So hopefully we'll get a bit of info back about that.
Yeah.
Another issue we've got is that we need to set up accounts with other carriers, but normally then the rep would come in to see you. It's COVID, we're on lockdown. So you can't get people in to come and...
Yeah, you can get somebody on the phones and now.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that I don't want to like go into this too much, but one of our distributors who we do are having massive problems getting stock to the EU, or one bit of the EU, shall we say. and it's causing them a massive headache. So, I mean, we can go over this until we're blue in the face, but it's going to make nothing's going to change. We can't physically post.
And again, it's all very well, like Two Heads is saying, yeah, yes, it's his job, and it's the start of it. It's just to let the customer pay. But the thing is, if we did that, and then the kit then goes off to you, and say you're in Germany, and then you don't get it because you're waiting on delivery and customs, you're soon going to get pissed off that you haven't got your kit through, and then it's just in the system. But then whose fault is it? Do then we refund you because you haven't got your kit in the hope that we'll get that kit back whenever? And it's just not worth doing anything at the moment. So that's why we've ceased doing all, trade into the EU, full stop, because we just don't know. And there's so many things we've had. And to be honest, like Matt was saying, we've got, we buy from a lot of companies in Europe. And at the moment, none of them are shipping them to us. And the ones that have tried have all failed so far. We haven't had a single thing through, have we?
No, we got an email through, didn't we? Because, you emailed and then... and just said it's gone back to them because of the paperwork side of it. So it's obviously not easy. They know what they're doing. They're a big company.
Yeah.
So, like I say, it's going to sort itself out at some point. We're just going to have to just bite the bullet and just sit tight and wait. And then when it does, we'll be back to some sort of normality with it.
Yeah, well, as you say, I think the only thing that worries me, we're going to get this somewhat sorted, and then come July, it's all going to change again.
Yeah.
And everything we've sorted out and got it worked out, it's all going to go out the window. So it's like,
Yes.
I mean, I did vote that we just post everything and that the accountant sorted out, but...
Yeah. That didn't be
that won't fly, will it?
Since Matt's married to the accountant.
I was going to say, Matt's other half is a chartered accountant and is our accountant, funnily enough. So,
yes.
Yeah. Do you want to explain it to her, Andy, or go and tell her?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just get my tin hat on.
Yeah.
Can we have half an hour of modelling?
I thought we would. I'm just going to shift this and I can get my spray food. I thought we could all have a little model and things.
You've kind of split it a little bit, aren't we? Because we can't all do it because we're not going to be able to chat in. So I'll keep an eye on our chat.
Yeah.
So what are you doing at the minute?
I was actually just going to spray some white because I got slightly put back. So I wanted to get a coat on this today and then another one on tomorrow.
Rightio. Well, we can put sort of a camera angle on Andy, look, because he can do his Matilda. So there you go.
Dirk says we've only been doing it for 13 days, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
It gives a couple more weeks and we'll have it.
Yeah, give it a couple more years and we'll be seamless.
Yeah, I was going to say seamless.
Right. So you're on your overhead. We'll see what we can do with ours, and I'll just.
If I get too noisy, shout. I'll turn my microphone off.
You're too noisy.
Okay, thanks.
Who expected it to be perfect in?
So is that all right? So you can see what Andy's doing.
I can see his crutch. That's a bit disturbing.
Hold on. Is that better? I'm trying to get a decent camera angle for you. Just put us on full screen.
Oh shit, hold on. I've got a colour cut for it. Hold on.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Alright. There you go.
I've got wrong mouse there. I've got that many mouse.
Colitis. Them bits. So let's chop them off the screw to get them in the lock.
So you can see what he's doing on chat, can't you? I think we'll.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Stop doing that, Andy, because it's making the focus go funny.
Yeah,
Look.
You need to lock your focus.
Stop moving.
Yeah, stop breathing.
Look. Ooh, got ripples. How do you lock focus, Andy? Because that's proper annoying.
Stick your hand in the way.
Oh, it is proper. What's it doing?
Oh look, retro, techno.
Just
We
a
need some
bit.
flashing lights and we're good to go.
Someone else will be having a fit.
If anyone's wondering, it's a Samsung Galaxy Watch.
Knock off.
Quick one for you. Hi Matt, what's the postage on 2 bottles of anti-flash? Annoyingly, I just had an order from you. The snippers are brilliant. From David.
Probably normal postage, do you? So £4.50, just standard postage. What's this for? Your Vulcan?
Right, is he in? If I do that one then, and then we go that one, we can sort of both get in. I'm going to mute my mic. I can still hear you, but I'm going to mute you, because otherwise it's going to be really noisy my extractor on.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just watch.
Right, back in 5.
How'd you do it today?
How'd you do it then? You got to go in
The
Logi capture thing.
no, the
Camera. See.
no, not that. The proper Logitech software, which I bet you haven't got.
Logitech. Logitech.
Logitech capture. We're not on capture, though, are we?
No.
To do capture, we'd have to leave and come back in.
Oh, right. Talk amongst yourselves while we just sort this out, because that's annoying.
I'd move it.
To where?
I don't know. Why is it not focusing on anything?
I don't know.
Let me check that out.
Hey? Yeah, I sorted it, look. Just moved it, sorted it. No, no. Pulsing. Yeah, it's making me sick as well, James, to be honest. It keeps pulsing and we don't know why. Is that any better? If it's a bit closer, I think it's probably too far away.
Okay.
That'll do. Is that better, everybody? Because I think it was a bit too far away to focus. We could have had the Logi on and had in on, you know what I mean? Should have thought of that before we started. So here's Andy with his God-hand snips. Talk us through it then.
I'm going to do voiceover.
Yeah, hold on. You can do a voiceover. Yeah. Here you go, John, a sanding.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you'd have
I'll tell you what, that's insulting. You bought your own sanding six. Oh look, Rob McClusty's been furloughed.
Is he? What did Rob do?
Neil, are you actually going for Interparcel to check that? Because that's who it's with. If you go on the Interparcel website and put the tracking number in, that's who we book it through. I can do commentary. Yeah, here is Andy sanding some flash off. What sanding stick are you using? Green core sanding stick he's using.
Yeah. Fair. This was part of a sprue, and I cut the sprue off to make it fit in the box,
And
so I
that,
could fit everything else in. So that's why. It's
what part is it anyway? What part are you doing?
Side bits that goes on the mud things.
Oh, is it a sand guard?
Yeah, it goes in.
On the Russian steppe.
Like that. Like that.
Very nice.
Cements is in.
Need some glue.
No,
I think you
yeah,
should
I've
try.
got some,
I think you should try this glue.
Okay. What's it like? Do we know? Have you tried it?
It's good glue, that is. That SP Quick. I think Phil could do with putting some gloves on. He's just covering himself in white paint. James has bought a couple of our desks.
Yeah, they are.
They're all right, aren't
They're
they?
all right,
They're
yeah.
really
Yeah.
good purchase, I have to say. Really,
Yeah.
really good purchase. You're welcome, Neil. Yeah, if you get a tracking number that's seen, we always book for Interparcel for the bigger items. So
Yeah, no matter who it goes through.
no matter, yeah, it's always Interparcel, and that's where the tracking works. It won't work with whoever it is. So Look at that. Look at Phil go. He's like bee's wings, his arms, aren't they? The red line is acrylic and the orange line is lacquer based, and we only stop the orange line lacquer, we don't stop the red line. What airbrush cleaner would you? We do the Vallejo. We stock it the Vallejo airbrush cleaner. That's for acrylic paints actually. Yeah. Cole, have you not got the tracking number? Cole said he ain't got a full tracking number for the F15. Again, Cole, if it starts GB, you've got to put it in through Interparcel website, and it should come up. Did you know, Cole? You did everybody, didn't you?
Yeah, sure.
Andy said it's a digit
Oh
missing.
no, yeah. If you try through Interparcel again, Carl, because I did try another one and it was exactly the same. So because it was only 12 digit, not 13 digit, and I thought there was a digit missing.
Yeah,
Just try
Interparcel,
it
Carl.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get back to you now.
We're building furniture. And he weren't here yesterday, and all the paperwork were here, wasn't it? So, as I was on hospital run with the mother-in-law. It's looking all right, that, isn't it? He's a saucepan. I don't know if it's... Phil, are you using LP white there? Put your thumb up or show us what you're using. I don't know what... Oh, just X2 that is. Thin with levelling thinner, yeah? Oh, rapid thinner. There you go. So X2 with rapid thinner. So we should get a satin finish. Technically. Nice bit of black basing, Phil. I do not come in. No problem, Carl, bro. So what's happening?
I'm trying to figure out which way these go, because I've already cut them off the sprue. I got to go what number they are. Got to be that way. Got to be right.
What?
Right.
A social distancing nail studio.
Do you reckon this is alright?
I like it. It's evaporated by now then, mate. You have to put the pot on before you do it.
It stinks.
Why, do you want just normal Tamiya? Where's your visor? You're struggling. Here you go. Oh no, the computer's gone off. You need some background music. Oh God, I'm glad he said that.
What's that?
Tony's to report about Phil's his nail studio spraying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously the social distancing, because stick your hand through a porthole I'm glad I said porthole and not something else. If you know where I'm coming
I
from.
know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said and.
yeah, exactly, yeah. You're
Okay.
back on. I
Back.
can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Got an echo, can hear himself.
How's he doing? Let's have a
Oh, I
look.
tell you, he's on fire.
He is. Nice and clear picture.
I tell you what, this will make a good video. Shall we record it?
Yeah, quick. I'll start recording him.
Tell you what,
Right, okay.
I'm actually fit because I've never seen him model without his visor on.
Hmm.
Actually,
Can you see what he's doing then?
he ain't got a clue, mate. No idea what he's doing.
I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. Well, I'll tell you what I do need to do.
Use different glue because you don't like that. You don't like our super duper SP glue.
What's wrong with our SP glue?
You
You can't
don't.
get the lid off that.
Yeah, I'll find it. What was that?
That's the proper one. I topped it up from.
So you're shortchanging everyone else then, because
No, I topped it up with a nearly empty one. So, restock of the Hobby Boss A7E and the F111DE from Hobby Boss, Andy. Is it going to be a chance of a restock?
oh, I bet there is.
Mark's thing. Actually, Creative, I've just actually had a Hobby Boss drop. I don't know what's coming because they're expecting one at the end of the month as well. So that's why the Ospreys are in. So I'm sure we can get them in.
That's
So
what we're in.
you go it one way round. No pressure being on camera.
Yeah, you're on camera live, but what
It's
can
like,
go wrong?
it's like this. Shaky hand modeler. I'll move that. He's going to knock it over.
Tell you what, though, that glue stuck like.
Which the SP?
Yeah, see, don't knock it. Right.
Are they?
Looks
they
like
all
Phil's spraying an old cooker ring. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What cleaner do you guys use for normal brushes?
Water.
Like
Literally.
thinners?
I've done about paintbrushes or
I think so.
I just use literally water
Yeah.
because I obviously acrylics in it, so I don't brush with anything else.
No,
So
it must-
water, and then I've got some brush cleaner stuff if needs be. I mean, I presume you could probably add a bit of dish soap to it
I would have thought so. Yeah.
just to condition and keep your brushes nice and sharp. But seriously, I just use water, just a cupful. Yeah.
Phil seems to get his white coats down very quickly. I'm always dead curious. Again, I say it, there's videos about me just how to spray white. I will cover it again on this one. I was just putting these down, and the rest of them I'll do to camera after the show, and I'll explain it again. But high power, what I call a high pressure dusty coat first, as you might have just seen then. Second one goes down, is still quite high pressure. Okay, and it sort of just blasts it onto it, so you sand, and they're quite thick. The third coat that goes on is a slightly thinner version, and then back off the air pressure, get a lot closer, and it's like a wet coat on top. 3 coats and you're done. And it's a solid white coat, as you can see. That's it, and it's done. And that's over black, so black would be the hardest thing to cover, but that's it, it's done. It's quite wet, you won't want to touch that for a good couple of hours. Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's definitely not as tricky as you might think.
I tell you what, you know this camera angle that Andy's using. It's actually not too bad, is it?
No, I used to use an old angle like that years ago. I used to literally have a camera on a tripod next to me on the cutting bench.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice that it's off to one side, although he might be better from the other side, just because your hand that you hold parts in as he's doing.
Yeah, well, we're
Covers it
thinking
a little
it. To
bit.
be honest with you, where the laptop is the other, because obviously you got your holes for your wires in your desk, and the laptop's over it. So there was, because I'm left-handed, obviously the side it is for me. If you swing it around, it's all right for me because you'll be able to see.
Yeah.
But the laptop's covering the other hole because I was going to the camera, obviously now that we're using as the main camera for both of us, was going to be the other side, if that makes sense, pointing that side, my hand. But obviously we've had to reuse it because the other one's died to death. But If I was round that side, it'd be rubbish.
Yeah.
So
Very nice. Are your washers available to be shipped to the US, or do you have a supplier in the US for them? Yes, we do. So we have a very nice company called High Altitude Hobbies, which are, hold on, let me bring up the thing. No, wrong thing. Hold on. I will click the right button in a minute. Hold on. There we go. That one. So if you go over to the normal site and go to the store in Floryland, then if you click here for High Altitude Hobbies, you've got Brett over at High Altitude Hobbies in Colorado. He's got all of our stuff, and admittedly he's out of stock, but he has got a restock coming to him. Literally, it's leaving here tomorrow, so he will be fully back up to stock very, very shortly.
I tell you what,
hang fire and you'll be all right. If not, you can also get direct from the PM store.
Yeah.
So if you're in PM and they have got everything at the moment,
even them ones that are out of back.
Even those that are out of stock, because obviously they had a restock coming today. So you've got all the sets and everything are in there as well. So if you want to get those, then obviously you can do it that way.
It arrived as we were
building.
Yeah.
Building
tables.
Yeah. Our chat's gone really quiet. They all say just
they're all watching now. That's what happens.
Yeah. Put a thumbs up in chat if you're enjoying Andy's building. Oi, no swearing. You can't swear. But they can hear you. Do it in your head.
Do it in my head.
There you go. Look, laws. We love it.
Yes. There you go. Nathan does as well.
Rob. I'll see soon.
Hey, look. We could go, Phil. What we got to do? We're just.
I was going to say, I wish we could go to the pub.
I'll say we'll see you in half an hour. We don't have to say anything. This is great. Beautiful, Andy. You're getting paid to build models.
Did Matt say that Creative are dropping Hobby Boss?
No.
I don't think so.
No, they're waiting for well, they've had a restock in and they're waiting for another container to be delivered at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So they're asking here what tank is being built. This is a Matilda.
Matilda's Russian. A Russian Matilda
there. What tweezers are you using, Andy?
I'm using
pointy ones.
Display.
Sharp ones.
Sharp ones.
He just stabbed himself.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's funny you say that. I have mine in the mug yesterday, stuck my hand in my mug and stabbed myself because I had them upside down.
Yeah, they are very, very, very pointy.
They are lethal.
Yeah, they are proper lethal. But yeah, they're the display ones. The good tweezers are really nice.
And the cutter.
This is God-hand cutters.
God-hand.
Right, hold on, because we've got some things in our chat. And Martin, that's not a silly question. There's never a silly question.
Wow.
Only a silly answer probably from us. Nathan's put Andy's living the dream.
Living the dream.
Can
I just mention that I need to go to the toilet as well?
No, you're not allowed.
Do you toilet break?
What, is his bag full?
Well, Roger's put his fan isn't covered in paint. He just asked, do you think a cooker hood filter would work? No, you want a proper spray booth filter. Really?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say?
You definitely need, because obviously most spray filters are two-stage. So they've got an outer bit that catches the wet bits, and then they've got a more denser bit behind it, but you still want the air to go through.
Yeah.
So
if he needs to go, he is allowed to go to the toilet.
is he? No, he's not. He's got to do another 6 minutes.
Is that all right for 6 minutes?
Build along with Andy. It's a new series.
I
We'll
tell
set
you.
him up and then we'll bugger off and watch Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. Lock up when you leave.
Yeah.
Good. Have you got any nice soothing music you could put over this film?
Yeah, I need some, don't I? I actually haven't got any on this system. They're on the other computer, I think. Hold on, I'll check. Let me see.
This is Andy's call.
Tell you what, it doesn't like streaming and doing other things at the same time, this. Right,
Tim's asked, have you ever done a build video, Andy? Not yet, but it will be. You've done a review, haven't you? You've done a couple of reviews, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I've never
And
done
you've done some, like, what we did for Telford.
Yeah.
Right, Paul's put, I'm about to start my C6 SIG engine. Just add... What?
Andy's soothing music.
We can't hear it.
You can't hear it, everyone else can.
Oh, right.
That works then.
Dramatic music, Andy, you're right. Keep going, keep building. Stop feeding your nail, get on with it. Can you hear it?
No, we can't hear it.
Alright, they can hear it.
Well, they can, because we changed the electric. Did you have it on very loud?
I did. Sorry, everybody at home.
So it just blown the speakers, I think. Turn your volume down, do it.
Sorry, it was only the first bit. Sorry.
Everybody's either really delayed because everybody's doing it too loud.
There we go. I'll get some other ones. I don't know, whales humping or something.
Whales humping, yeah. Sure, Mrs. Bullock and...
Yeah, that's
Send
it. She
some
must
stuff.
have some tree hugging stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. This is that ASMR, is it? Stuff that you can watch to relax you, and everybody's going to be asleep by 4 o'clock. So how is the fit?
Yeah, brilliant. The problem with this is you can't see any of this because it's behind them really
Covers,
colours.
but obviously needs them.
Do you think?
Paul, put your question back up because it's now lost in lost in the chat.
Trod on Lego says, I had a ponder the other day with regards to paints. Most manufacturers sell sets of paints.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Tamiya not doing that?
The trouble is with Tamiya, they just are generic colours, so they can't really do it. The paint sets are always geared up for a aircraft or a sort of German tank set, and I think because obviously Tamiya's range of paints, it wouldn't work for them, would it?
No.
And to be honest, guns don't do it. They do a few little sets guns, but I don't know if they still do them. But they've never really jumped on that bandwagon either.
They haven't
I know they did an interior set, didn't they? And I think a US Navy set,
Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese set, but they've only done half a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Perhaps it's a Japanese thing. They don't.
I say, didn't Guns do they did a few sets, didn't they, for sort of, US Navy, World War II and things,
Yeah.
but they never really did any more than those sets, the initial ones. They've never done any more.
And they only did them in missed a colour. They
Yeah.
never did accurate. They never changed them over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even think who started that off. Was it Vallejo?
I don't know, really. I can't think really who started it. But
It's either going to be Vallejo or Life Colour. Was probably one of the first when you could buy a set of paints for such and such. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Humbrol's never done it.
No.
Have they?
No. Good point, though. I must admit. I don't know. It's just weird ones. But...
And then obviously, like I think we probably Vallejo doing, and obviously Ammo and AK, and they do it, and then Attackers obviously done it with airlines. And I think if you're building a paint range up, they are useful, aren't they?
Yes, definitely.
Because you're not going to use, well, depending what you're building, but you're not going to use all the colours or all the paint in one bottle on one build. You're going to get a few, but like we've always said, the only problem is you won't buy the set again. So that's why it's always handy to have the singles, because you're going to use some colours a lot more than other colours in a set. So you could have loads of colours if you keep buying the sets that you'll never use in a million years. So yeah. But I do think they are a good idea and a good starter for somebody. And I suppose also as well, if you buy, I don't know, say a Vallejo paint set, and you don't like Vallejo, you've used it and you can't get on with it, you could try, you can go and buy somebody else's, or I don't know.
Can we edit all this out? He's a bit slow, isn't he? We'll speed him up. It's fine.
Yeah. Whatever happened to a Humbro authentic? I can't even say it, authentic range.
I don't know.
Because they did do them back in late 80s, 90s, was it?
I was going to say, isn't that an 80s thing?
The authentic colours, because I'm sure I've actually got some.
I'm sure you must have drawfuls of them.
Yeah, I've only got a few.
Yeah, look, he's in overtime now. He is.
Meticulous, that's the word, isn't it, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, not a bullet again. If you got to edit this will be about 3 hours editing.
Yeah.
See you later, James. He's got to go.
Bye.
Well, we're going to have to go soon because I need to film. So,
yeah, well, I've got a few things to do as well, so yes, we better call it a day.
Yes, we better call it a bit of a day on
Can
this
leave
one.
that here for next time. Hold on, let me change the camera. I'm on the wrong camera because I've got the wrong thing.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so to answer the question, we'll be back on with you tomorrow night. To be honest, I've got to sort the dog out tomorrow afternoon. So we'll be on tomorrow night at 7:30 till 9 with you. So if you'd like to join us along for that one, so that's the standard sort of Thursday show. We have a look around the forum and the various bits and pieces and general chit chat and stuff like that. So if you'd love to come and see us for that particular one, then obviously we'll be back with you on Friday afternoon at 2 till 4, and we'll do a load more of this as well to make our way through. And with you, the next part will be part 2 of the Enterprise proper build. So I've got enough of that, and then next week you'll be seeing this as it makes its way through. And then I'll be starting on this. No, I won't. I will be starting on the S860. So yes. Sorted.
Cool.
Thank you for the live feed. It's our pleasure. It's what we're here for. We'd love to do it more, but unfortunately we've got to get on with some work. Bad as it is. So
yeah,
we don't get paid for this bit, unfortunately. We should do.
We kind of.
That's it. We have patrons for this side of the business.
Yeah, join our brand new Patreon page that's about to start.
Yeah, that'll start up next week. So,
yeah.
Yes. No, I am still doing the Zero. That's coming as well. So don't panic. That's coming down the line. As I say, I'm hopefully on a bit of a roll with builds now. This one's coming along very quickly. So we'll be pushing into that one. Then I'm doing the S860B. We're doing that. Then I'm on with the Zero. So we'll be doing that. So forth and so on as we make our way through. So still loads and loads of builds. Hopefully we'll be cracking them out at just over 1 a month as we make our way through.
And now I've got a little setup. I'm planning on starting the Jag.
The Jag?
Yeah, for the
The cameras
60s.
work in this mode as well, or sort of. It's a bit overkill with the zoom thing. I have to reset those angles. I just wondered. So I have to do those. Reset them up. The standalone bits.
How did you do what?
Zoom in on me then.
I don't
no,
know.
look, hey, look, yeah.
Change some.
Look, I just need to move the
Just a
angle a little
split
bit to
screen.
catch you a little bit better. But hold on. Smooth this will be. 1 second. Hold on. We'll do this live. We go like that, and we go like this, and we can go in. That's it. Hold on, down a bit, and we get a bit of his head in. That's it, and then we just go like that. That's it. Got him.
It's the side skirt things that I've built that are going to get covered over.
Yes, that you'll never see.
You'll never see.
There you go, they're done, aren't they?
Yeah,
So we're going to be back tomorrow night, but doing the normal thing, and then Thursday we're going to do a roundup and a bit of modelling, are we again?
Yeah, we'll go back to this sort of normal.
So wherever I am or he is or whatever, we can sort it, can't we? Cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Definitely. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you very much, obviously, for joining us this afternoon. Absolute pleasure, as always. Remember, if you have liked it, like and subscribe, because apparently it helps somewhere. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it does do something or other. But anyway, you can catch this review if you haven't seen it. It is up on the site right now, so you can catch that one. It's up on YouTube, it's on Facebook, and all the rest of them. It's there, and it is available to buy as well. If you do want to buy it, obviously from the PM store, you can get all your stuff as always down in there. Remember, new stocks arriving daily, things like that. To keep an eye out what's going there.
And it's available for pre-order, even though it's already out, but we've got pre-order up for it as well.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it up till end of the week.
Well, like
so
I explained in the review, it literally came out of nowhere because we weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of those ones. Anyway, thank you very much. We will see you all again very, very soon. I will play the outro. So say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
We're out of here. Bye.